Key 1. Stoic in the heart of ancient Rome. Amidst the political chaos and power struggles, there emerged a figure whose actions would forever serve as a testament to personal integrity and resilience. Cato the Younger. During the tumultuous period when Julius Caesar rose to absolute power, Cato faced a critical choice. The republic he revered was crumbling, and with Caesar's unchecked rise, the Senate, the heart of Roman virtue, had become a shadow of its former self. Cato, however, was not willing to compromise his values for the sake of power. In a bold move, he walked away from the Senate, not as a sign of surrender, but as a powerful declaration of his unwavering principles. By stepping away from a corrupt system, Cato preserved his integrity and set an example for generations to come. This act of walking away carries a lesson that transcends history. It teaches us that sometimes the greatest strength we can exhibit is knowing when to detach ourselves from situations that no longer align with our values. This principle holds true for all of us, whether in personal relationships, toxic work environments, or any aspect of life where we face negativity. The ability to walk away can often be the most empowering decision, protecting our sense of self and opening the door to healthier, more fulfilling paths. Recognizing toxicity is the first step in reclaiming our peace. Toxic environments can drain our energy, undermine our confidence, and disrupt our mental well-being. The signs are clear: constant stress, manipulation, criticism, and an ongoing sense of discomfort. In these environments, it's easy to lose sight of who we are and what we stand for. Stoic philosophy offers valuable insights, teaching us that we cannot control others, but we can control how we respond. We must choose where to invest our energy and protect our inner peace. Walking away from such situations isn't a sign of weakness. It's a declaration that we value ourselves enough to preserve our well-being. But this decision requires a deep reservoir of inner strength. The Stoics, thinkers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, argued that true strength lies in self-awareness. To recognize when something is damaging to our mental and emotional health, we must understand our values, triggers, and limits. This kind of self-reflection helps us see when we need to step away to preserve our peace. Resilience, another Stoic virtue, isn't just about enduring hardship, but also about learning from adversity and thriving in the face of challenges. Walking away may sometimes require confronting uncomfortable truths and making difficult choices, but it also allows us to adapt, grow, and regain control of our lives. Emotional intelligence is just as crucial. The Stoics emphasize the importance of maintaining calm in the face of emotional turmoil. This means recognizing when others are attempting to manipulate or trigger us, and choosing to respond in ways that preserve our peace of mind. Courage, the Stoics argued, is the moral bravery to make decisions in line with what is right, even when it's uncomfortable. It takes courage to walk away from situations that no longer serve us. But this is where our true strength lies. Together, these Stoic virtues form a foundation for not just surviving, but thriving in difficult circumstances. Stoicism doesn't just teach us to detach from toxic environments. It empowers us to do so with grace, dignity, and a sense of purpose. Sometimes, the most powerful action we can take isn't to fight against the current, but to remove ourselves from the chaos entirely, seeking a more peaceful path forward. Walking away is not about giving up. It's about protecting your peace, honoring your values, and empowering yourself to move toward a life that aligns with who you truly are. Just as Cato the Younger chose to walk away to preserve his integrity, we too can make the choice to walk away from what harms us. It is, after all, the key to freeing ourselves from toxic environments and creating space for personal growth and fulfillment. Key 1. Stoic, the ability to make choices, is fundamental to maintaining our personal boundaries. Our choices shape not only our lives, but also the way we interact with others. By establishing clear boundaries, we engage our rationality, ensuring that our decisions are aligned with our most thoughtful and reflective selves. This is a practice of self-respect and discipline that begins with understanding who we are and what behaviors we are willing to accept from others. In Stoic philosophy, this process starts with introspection, understanding our limits and desires. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, encourages us to examine our actions and motives daily. By doing so, we gain clarity on where we might need to set boundaries to protect our emotional and mental well-being. This self-awareness is key to defining the space in which we can thrive. Once we've established these boundaries, communication becomes just as important. Stoicism teaches us to express ourselves directly, without emotional exaggeration. It's not about being harsh or confrontational, but about calmly and clearly stating what we find acceptable or unacceptable. This method can be difficult, especially when emotions run high. But in a Stoic sense, we must approach these conversations with reason, avoiding unnecessary provocation or hostility. For instance, if a colleague consistently interrupts you, a Stoic approach would be to have a private conversation. You would express how the interruptions hinder your ability to contribute and make a simple, reasonable request for uninterrupted time to speak. This isn't a demand. It's a way to ensure more productive and respectful interactions. Yet, setting boundaries is not a one-time task. It's an ongoing practice. Stoicism emphasizes perseverance and consistency. When others push against our limits, a Stoic response is neither explosive nor passive. Instead, it's about maintaining our commitment to those boundaries, responding with calm and consistency. This approach preserves our inner peace and helps us maintain control over our emotional landscape. From a Stoic perspective, setting boundaries isn't about building walls. It's about defining a space where we can live with reason and tranquility. This helps us engage with the world and its challenges in a way that honors our dignity and autonomy, critical elements in living a virtuous life. Boundaries become not just a tool for personal protection, but a framework for thoughtful, rational engagement with others. Alongside boundaries, Stoicism teaches emotional self-sufficiency. The idea is that our emotional well-being shouldn't depend excessively on external factors, people, circumstances, or material success. The wisdom of Epictetus reminds us that true freedom is found in disregarding what we cannot control. Building emotional resilience means focusing on our internal reactions, perceptions, and values, rather than being dependent on external validation or approval. This doesn't mean withdrawing from relationships or denying emotional connections. Rather, it means developing a foundation of self-sufficiency so that our emotional stability doesn't hinge on the unpredictable nature of the world around us. By practicing mindfulness and introspection, we begin to identify emotional patterns and reactions that stem from external dependencies, allowing us to detach from them and find greater inner peace. Another crucial step toward emotional self-sufficiency is practicing indifference to things beyond our control. It's not about indifference to life itself, but a purposeful detachment from outcomes that we cannot influence. For example, if a project at work doesn't go as planned, instead of becoming frustrated, a Stoic approach would focus on the effort you put in and the process, not the result. This helps reduce the emotional impact of things outside our control, making us more resilient and content with our own actions. Developing emotional independence also involves setting personal goals that align with our deepest values and pursuing them with diligence. This builds confidence and a sense of accomplishment that is rooted in self-directed action rather than external success or recognition. In this way, we reinforce our emotional autonomy, making it less susceptible to the ups and downs of life. Finally, Stoicism provides practical wisdom for detaching from toxic situations. The first step is to identify what is within our control, our actions, our emotions, and how we choose to respond. By focusing on what we can influence, we begin to separate ourselves from the toxicity of external circumstances. Next, we should reflect on our involvement in a situation. Is it essential for us to remain in a toxic environment? What do we gain by staying, and what are the costs? Seneca often reflected on his role in society, advocating for the practice of stepping back and gaining clarity, particularly when faced with situations that drain our emotional resources. By taking this approach, we protect ourselves from unnecessary harm and preserve our sense of inner peace. Key 1. Stoic: when you find yourself in a situation that's draining you emotionally or physically, sometimes an abrupt exit isn't the best solution. Instead, consider a gradual reduction in engagement. This approach allows you to slowly ease out of negative influences, whether that means cutting back on the time you spend on toxic projects or limiting contact with people who bring negativity into your life. By reducing your involvement over time, you can protect your energy without the sudden shock that often comes from a complete withdrawal. Another powerful Stoic practice to help with detachment is negative visualization. This involves imagining the worst-case scenario, visualizing life without the person, situation, or toxic influence that's causing distress. This mental exercise doesn't just prepare you emotionally for the separation. It helps reduce the fear of detachment. It makes you realize that while challenging, life without these negative influences might actually be better for your well-being. One of the most crucial steps in detaching is setting and maintaining boundaries. Clearly define what behaviors you will not tolerate and communicate these boundaries assertively. Consistency is key here. By doing so, you not only protect your peace, but also practice Stoic assertiveness, ensuring others understand and respect your limits. This can be uncomfortable at first, but it's vital for protecting your mental and emotional well-being. Seeking support is another Stoic practice that can ease the process of detachment. Engage with supportive networks or find mentors who align with your values. Building a supportive community can strengthen your emotional resilience and offer you different perspectives, helping you navigate the process of detaching with greater ease and confidence. Self-care is a cornerstone of Stoic wisdom. Marcus Aurelius, a key Stoic philosopher, often emphasized the importance of caring for the soul. In modern terms, this means making sure you're prioritizing your physical and mental health, especially during times of stress. Detachment can be emotionally taxing, so it's essential to replenish your energy and maintain your well-being. Reaffirming your values regularly is another powerful practice. When you're faced with the challenge of detaching, remind yourself of your core values and why this action is necessary to protect them. This reaffirmation strengthens your resolve and aligns your actions with your philosophical beliefs, ensuring that you stay true to yourself as you navigate difficult transitions. By integrating these Stoic principles into your life, you can gradually detach from toxic elements and preserve your well-being. Stoicism teaches that detachment isn't about indifference or apathy. It's about proactively managing your engagement in ways that protect your peace, your values, and your long-term happiness. Walking away from situations that no longer serve your well-being or align with your values isn't just a tough decision. It offers profound, long-term benefits, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. Here are some of the key advantages that come with taking this courageous step. Increased self-respect and integrity. By choosing to walk away, you align your actions with your values, reinforcing your self-respect. Stoicism places great emphasis on living virtuously and maintaining integrity, and walking away from negativity boosts your sense of self-worth. This internal peace comes from knowing you've acted in accordance with your principles. Improved mental health. Detaching from toxic situations can drastically improve your mental health. Chronic stress wreaks havoc on both the mind and body. By removing the sources of stress, You give yourself the space to return to a calm, reasoned state of existence. Stoicism teaches that inner tranquility is the path to true happiness, and walking away brings you closer to that serenity. Greater emotional stability. Removing yourself from toxic dynamics helps you maintain emotional equilibrium. Stoicism teaches us not to let external events disturb our inner peace. When you detach from negativity, you become better equipped to face challenges with composure and rationality, rather than being swept away by emotional chaos. Increased energy and vitality. Engaging in draining situations saps your energy. Once you walk away, you may find yourself with more time and vitality to invest in activities and relationships that align with your stoic pursuit of a good life. This newfound energy allows you to engage with life more fully, leading to greater productivity and fulfillment. Opportunities for new growth. Walking away from a negative holds space for new growth. You're no longer tied down by toxic influences, allowing you to explore new opportunities, relationships, and projects that align with your true values. Stoicism encourages continuous self-improvement, and walking away clears the path for personal growth and the pursuit of wisdom. Deeper, more fulfilling relationships. By setting boundaries, you attract relationships that respect your values. Stoicism values relationships built on mutual respect and virtue, and when you walk away from unhealthy dynamics, you make room for more supportive, meaningful connections that enhance your well-being. Reinforcement of personal agency. Walking away is an act of personal agency. It reinforces your ability to make choices in alignment with your deepest values. Stoicism teaches that we are the masters of our fate, and each decision we make in accordance with our principles strengthens our capacity to shape our lives proactively. These long-term benefits contribute to a life of virtue, inner peace, and greater resilience. Stoicism teaches us that our actions should not be driven by external circumstances, but by a reasoned understanding of what is best for us. By practicing detachment, you free yourself from negative influences and empower yourself to live boldly in pursuit of your highest good. So, remember, each step back from what no longer serves you is a step forward toward a more peaceful, virtuous, and fulfilling life. Thank you for exploring the wisdom of Stoicism with us today. And as always, keep embracing the Stoic path to personal freedom and resilience.